Last time you guys played Auburn, you had huge advantage in paint points and rebounds. What do you anticipate that they might change to rectify that?
Well, it's been a long time ago. Second game in conference play, and Auburn is a lot more talented than what they showed that day. They had a bad day, and when you go back and look at the film, we gave them a lot of opportunities. They just missed shots, and so I fully expect them. They obviously are playing very well. I think they're going to get after us defensively. They're one of the best and top defensive teams in our league. Their guards are playing really well. Mingo Young, honestly, Grayson, like they're doing a really, really good job. So I expect them to come out and be ready to go. They play very well at home. They're going to obviously get up and be aggressive. I expect them to press us probably. We've got to take care of the basketball. And again, we have a size advantage. We've got to make sure we're deliberate about getting to our spots offensively.
What Williams did and what Bowles did last night, moving forward in Indy out, does that change anything at all with your offense or not?
No, it doesn't. I mean, I think what they did was within the flow of our offense. If anything, it encourages us to push pace more. But I don't think it changes anything.
Kind of going off that question, in terms of trying to get that backcourt depth going, is that something as simple as just, taking open shots within the system and, they've been missing them, but they made them last night? Or is there things y'all can do to, maybe try to, I guess, get them in a flow to where they do start to make more of those shots on a regular basis?
Yeah, I think when they take the right shots, it makes it feel a lot better, right? When you come out and you rush shots and you miss the first two, miss the first three, then it feels like there's a lid on the basket. Whereas when you come into the game, you get into a flow, get yourself going up and down and take good shots, it feels a little bit better. So I think it's a combination of that. We work extremely hard every day on players getting shots from their spots, knowing where those spots are. And so last night, the ball went in the hole for him. I mean, we obviously know what Sydney Bowles is capable of. We watched her do it all last year, and to her credit, she's continued to stay in the gym. She's got confidence in her shot, but it surely felt really good to see the ball go in the hole for her last night.
How do y'all try to work with them in terms of if maybe they're taking good shots and they're, like you said, maybe they're rushing it or within the flow of the game trying to replicate that? How do you try to, I guess, get them to slow things down mentally? I know it's a long-term process.
No, we just tell them, like, that's a bad shot. Hey, that's a really good shot. Keep taking that shot. That's the right shot to take, or that's not the right shot to take in this moment, and this is why. And so it's just showing it to them on film, giving them the stats that back up what we're saying, showing them when they do take really good shots, even if they don't go in, like, hey, that's a good shot for you. And it's just constant reinforcement.
AC mentioned last night that you guys kind of got to punch teams first in the first and second
Yeah.
rather than waiting for the third and fourth. Do you hope kind of momentum from the second half of Arkansas carries over at Auburn?
It should. But we've been in that situation before where we played really well and came out and still and weren't as sharp in the first quarter as we should have been. What I will say about these last 2 or 3 games that are different is I think that we have come out and we've been trying to figure out how to get into a rhythm and some chemistry without Indy. Whereas in the past, there were times where I felt like our slow start was because we weren't ready, we weren't alert. This is not that. Like, I feel like they're engaged. They look like they are, they've got the right energy. It's just been difficult and challenging to get into a rhythm and a flow when you're missing your primary point guard. And so I think that as we continue to figure that out, hopefully we get off to better starts.
Before Arkansas, you talked about not only a win being important last night, but building that team chemistry back as well. Do you feel like you saw any growth in that area last night before you head back on the road?
Yeah, I think so. And of course, when you make shots, it all feels good. But I think there's a better flow between, KK and Tanea sharing, responsibilities at the point. Having Soleil back helped tremendously, and so it just gives you more of a rhythm and more options.
Didn't force a lot of turnovers last night. How much of that was maybe Arkansas, the way they play, or moving forward, or just didn't want to get in foul trouble, or just what about that matchup?
No, he doesn't turn the ball over. I mean, that's something that is a staple for Mike Neighbors in general. His formula for scoring is 40% from the free throw line, 30 from 3, 30 from the rim, and don't turn it over. So traditionally, he doesn't have teams that turn the ball over. So forcing them into a ton of turnovers is not a lot. It's not what you're going to really see from his team.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.